Hey y'all, and welcome to Bonner's Market, and welcome to the Spring New Life Challenge. This challenge is hosted by Sandra's Crafting Corner and the hilarious Indy Annie Jones. There will be a link to a playlist down below in the description box, so make sure you go down to that link and you follow everybody in the playlist and see what we have created for you today. So for myself, I have created 5 things that I am using in my Vintage Lavender Farmhouse series. Now, I have put out about 4 videos on that so far, and this can be considered as number 5 because these are all things that I'm using in my remodel in my new master bathroom. So we'll just call this number 5. So for DIY number 1, I have this cute little mirror, and this was so quick and so easy. That's what it looked like before, and I simply took my ivory paint that I've been using in my series, and I cleaned everything up, and I went to that metal part on the front and just sort of went right over the top of it and whitewashed it a little bit to hide that those orange jewels in there, because they definitely don't match. And then I just went around the frame a little bit with some of that ivory and then put it all back together. And how quick and easy was that little makeover? I mean, it could not have been any simpler. And now it matches the new things in my bathroom. So you can take something that you've had forever and just give it a tiny little facelift, and voila, you got something like this little beauty right here, and it turned out perfect. Now for DIY number 2, I had these birds here, and they started out as these dark blue or green or blue-green, whatever you want to call them. And I had these sitting on the back of my bathtub on the shelf. One of them I painted in this coastal sage. The next one I painted in this real pretty purple here. And then the last one in this color here. Now, I lost the footage to that, so I'm not going to be able to show you, but all you'd be seeing is me spray painting it anyway. But all I did after that was I took my ivory on the purple and the green one and just went around and distressed it a little bit. And I apologize for being quite a bit out of camera in here. And then on the ivory one, I just took my truffle paint and distressed it up a little bit. And that was all there was to making these. It could not have been any simpler and any easier. Now, ignore me being halfway out of the frame. I was fresh out of surgery and on some medication that didn't have me so focused and caused me to be out of focus. That's just a God's truth, y'all. But I'm doing a lot better now. Thank you for all the prayers that I've received. But that's all I did. I just went in and distressed them a little bit after I gave them a good coat of spray paint. And that was their little facelift. And this is what they turned out like. And I absolutely love the way these turned out. They match my new bathroom perfectly. The colors are just couldn't be any better. And I actually already had those colors on hand here at my house. So I kind of lucked up there. I didn't have to go out and buy anything else. But I just love the way these cute little things turned out. So make sure you leave me a comment down below and let me know what you think about the facelift so far that I've done on my mirror and my little birdies here. It makes me feel bad about all the things that I've sent to the Goodwill lately that I could have redone. But anyway, we are going to jump right on into DIY number 3. Now, this is a shelf that I have had for quite a while, and this is what it looked like before. This is one of my favorite pieces that I've ever had, and it kind of hurt my feelings a little bit to paint over this one because I loved this shelf. I don't know what it was about it. Maybe all the colors. I have a colorful spirit. I love to dress in colors and decorate in colors, and this shelf was my favorite, but it just wasn't doing me any justice anymore in my bathroom. But I did definitely want to keep it. So I kind of went along with the same theme for this little shelf. I gave it a good coat of that ivory paint and got it covered really good. And then I went in with this purple Waverly It's just acrylic paint is all it is. And I painted the very top of my shelf. Now, I did it in acrylic because I like to wipe my stuff down with a wet rag every once in a while, and I didn't want to go wiping the chalk paint off whenever I would clean it. So I did do the top with the acrylic paint. And then I just went in with a few different colors of purple here and painted a couple each of those panels. No rhyme or reason to it, really. Just went in and painted the panels and really kind of kept it with the same idea that it started out with. And I just love the way it turned out, and it actually matches my new bathroom so perfectly. But now once I got finished painting those little panels, I went back in on the very top of it with some ivory and distressed it down some and brought that purple down because that purple was purple. And then I also took my sanding block and went across the whole front face of this and just roughed it back up some. Not quite as much as it was in the beginning, but I did rough it up some and give it, more of a distressed look. And once I done that, all I had to do was go in and put my little hooks back on, and I was done. That was the end of it. And another quick, easy, amazing transformation. And this is how this turned out. And I could not have been more proud of the way it turned out. And I still got to keep my little shelf, although it don't have all my pretty little colors in it. It does match my new bathroom now. So stay tuned for video number 6 and then the big reveal. I don't know if I'm going to do it all in one video or if I'm going to do the big reveal as its own video. But now let's jump right on into DIY number 4. Now, once again, super quick, super easy. This is what it looked like before, and it just was not working in my new bathroom with my new colors. So I basically just tore it all apart and started over. So on the lid, it was kind of loose where it had been dropped, and I just took some wood glue and I glued it back together, set it to the side, and let that glue dry, and then I was ready to go. And then I took my Waverly chalk paint and truffle, and I painted around the bottom and then the very top roof here in that truffle color. And then you'll see me in just a minute go back and distress it down some with the ivory. Now there's that truffle wax. I keep wanting to say wax. Truffle chalk paint. So once I got all of that done, got it all painted, and then went back in with my ivory and distressed everything, I painted the actual body of the house in this purple color. And I just absolutely love the way that it's turning out. But now this is me going back in and distressing it down with that ivory because it was pretty dark. And I just went ahead and whitewashed it. Like I said, some people call it distressing it. Some people calling it whitewashing it. To me, it's the same. It's all the same. And here we go again with that same little purple petunia that I put on my shelf, bringing all those colors together. And I painted the actual house itself in that color. And then, as per Brenda's way of doing things, went back in with my ivory and distressed it down. And then once I did that, I found this cute little bird at the Dollar Tree. And I've had this bird for 10 forevers. But when I went out there and was like, I know I got some birds out here somewhere, I seen that little bird. I was so excited because it had purple wings. But I was not feeling that yellow belly on that thing. So I did go in with my ivory chalk paint and brought some of that yellow down because that just was not going to work in my bathroom. There is not one lick of yellow anywhere that I can remember in my bathroom now. So I just painted the little belly white to hide all of that yellow. And then once I got that done, I added my little my little wreath back on, and then I took this moss, put it around the bottom, added me 1 or 2 little pieces of the lavender that I'm using, and then I put it all back together, and that was it. There you go. Here is the cutest little birdhouse that matches my theme now. Oh, and I did see where I took on the wings, and I added a little bit of that ivory to those wings too, to sort of tone it down a little bit. But that's it. I just thought that was the cutest thing, and I literally almost threw this away because of the top being broken like that. And I thought, no, let me just see if I could try to save it and use it in my bathroom. And I'm glad that I was persistent and held on to it. But I just love the way this little thing turned out. So make sure you leave me a comment down below and let me know if you would have just went ahead and thrown this old thing away, or if you like the way that it turned out. Now let's jump right on into DIY number 5. Now this right here is another thing that I have had forever and ever. Now the vase is what I'm referring to. And this was the easiest makeover in the world. Took my regular ivory, which again is my theme, and I just kind of went around haphazardly, just kind of painting it all over, not really caring to get a real good coverage, because you'll see me go in with my little hand sanding block and rough it all back up and just dress it back down. Now once I got that done, I just took a little piece of foam from the Dollar Tree and some more of that reindeer moss, covered my foam, and then started adding in my lavender. Now, when I first did it, my lavender was sticking way up in the air, and there was a lot of dead space down toward the bottom. So I did off camera go back in and cut up some more of that ivory and filled in those bottom spaces. And it looked much fuller, and I love, love, love the way this turned out. It is one of my favorite pieces. I think this is my favorite piece in today's video, but definitely one of my top 3 in my bathroom. See how that just wasn't working until I went back right here and added some more to the bottom, and then bam, it was just breathed life into it. And these are so perfect for spring. Everything I've done today are all springy type makeovers that go along perfect with this theme for today, which is to spring new life into your old things. And it just happened to be that I could use them all in my new bathroom makeover. So make sure you go back and check out my other videos. If you are not subscribed to me, I would love it if you would become a subscriber. And either way, leave me a big thumbs up and let me know if you like today's video. Definitely leave me a comment and give me some feedback on what you saw today. My name is Brenda with Monner's Market. I want to thank Sandra and Annie for allowing me to be a part of this collaboration. And again, don't forget to go down to the bottom and follow that playlist in the description box and show everybody else some love. But you can find me on Facebook and Instagram, as well as here on YouTube, all at Monner's Market. God bless you. Have a great day and enjoy this collaboration. Bye, y'all.